Hi, it's Paul Maunder from Production Expert. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the new Genesis sound pack for Krotos Studio. The sound you'll hear in the following sequence was created entirely using Krotos Studio and the Genesis sound pack. If you haven't used Krotos Studio yet, it's a great piece of software which takes a user-friendly approach to sound creation by allowing you to perform the sounds using either your mouse or a MIDI keyboard. The newly released Genesis sound pack introduces 4 new categories and 20 additional presets to broaden your options for sound creation. Krotos Studio will run as a standalone application or within your DAW. I'm running it in Pro Tools as an AAX plugin, but you can also use it in any DAW supporting audio units or VST as well. Okay, so as the name suggests, the Genesis sound pack is really the first step in expanding Krotos Studio into a comprehensive platform that will eventually cover every sound category. We now have access to sounds in the cinematic, user interface, vehicle, and weapon categories, as well as some new ones in the existing categories, which we'll get to shortly. Right, let's take a listen. Krotos Studio is very easy to use. We choose a category. Currently we're in the weapon category, then a preset. At the moment I've got the 9mm pistol loaded, and then just click in the performance area. And you'll notice that where I click dictates how it's played back. So I can control the panning with the left-right position, and the perspective, close or far, depending on how high I click. There's also a reload option here. You can click on that, or you can do it from a keyboard. If I just bring up the virtual keyboard in Pro Tools, you can see how that's triggered. So very simple to create these sounds. Another sound from the Genesis sound pack is the explosion. Let's try that. Sounds great. That's very useful. So this saves a lot of time searching through sound effects and then trying to find an explosion which is the right perspective as well. Some of the presets, such as this one, have some additional controls. Here we've got pitch and also a close debris control. Let's just change this to close and then see what this does. Reduce it. So it's dropped the amount of shrapnel in there. Let's take it to the max. Loads more debris and breaking glass, etc. That's very useful. And then pitch. And having triggered those sounds, I can click on this bounce option here, drag this to a track, and you can see that's now a piece of audio. Let's see what else we have in the Genesis sound pack. Go into the vehicle category. Let's load the wet driving preset. And we can blend between interior, wipers, roof rain, windscreen rain. Moving it purely to any given corner will give you just that sound, so this will be exclusively wipers. If I didn't like those passing car sounds, I could always drop them down in level here. Or I could increase them. Or have any combination of these. And if you hit the C3 key on a keyboard, you can also trigger a horn sound. Great, let's move into the interface section here. Modern user interface. Let's just do this with a keyboard actually. It's very straightforward to do. And once again, having performed those sounds, drag this out onto a track, and exactly what I've just done is there as an audio file. So it's extremely straightforward and simple to use. Moving into the cinematic section, once again, these are all sounds from the Genesis pack. Dark entry, let's see what this is. Get it loaded up. This could be good for trailers. Maybe move it over to pulses and cymbals. Or scream. How about if we wanted a lower pitch scream? How about eerie scene? Strings riser, let's try this one. You notice that it's capturing. Okay, if I just turn autoplay off, now that that's captured, we can drag this from there. And once again, there's the sound. Let's try another one. I'll switch autoplay back on actually. Go to synth riser. There's the pulse. It's a low growl. Octave. Unison synth. Or a combination. We've got some new sounds in some of the existing categories, so if we go to ambiences, we now have marshland and wind and rain. Let's try this one. Okay, so we've got wildlife and water, dry grass, wind. Let's give it a go. Move it more towards water. Increase the wind. Shift it over to dry grass. Introduce some more of the wildlife. Wind and rain. Try this one. Okay, so forest wind, wind in the trees. Wow. And then let's increase the rain. I'll have it closer. Maybe we can hit this C3 key to get some thunder. Great, let's move into the Foley category, and there's a couple of new ones here as well. Screen door. Try this from the keyboard. And again, we've got the control over the pitch. Let's do it higher pitched. Or low. And there's some new keyboard sounds as well. You know, if you were synchronizing these sounds to picture, this would be way quicker than just doing it by cutting sound effects in. Let's try the second keyboard. And finally, if we move into the footsteps category, we've now got heels and sneakers as two new effects. So if you've got somebody walking between different surfaces, you can tailor this as needed. Let's try sneakers. Once again, we've got control over those different floor surfaces. There's just one more thing I want to show you about Krotos Studio actually, which is whichever preset you have loaded, the 4 different attributes are essentially 4 engines within the software, and we have the option to actually output those to different tracks in our DAW, record them, and then we have control over them afterwards, perhaps to pan them or to process them in some other way. So let's say we had 4 stereo audio tracks, and if I just go to the input, we have the option of plugin, Krotos Studio, core engines 1 to 4. I'm going to assign those sequentially. There we have them. I'll mute these and record enable them. And we've got some footage here where we can add the rain and the thunder. And then start this recording. Okay. Do some thunder. And then you can take a listen to those recordings. You can see that we have them all independently of one another. So this one, for example, is the thunder. And on the other tracks, we've got all the different ones here as well. So that really gives you the option to retrospectively go in, modify it, change the balance, change the panning, and really tweak it however you like. Well, that's the new Genesis sound pack for Krotos Studio. It's available to buy now for $29. For more information, head over to krotos.com. Thanks for watching.